We recording, so just.
Oh, we like recording.
Yeah. I started doing this thing where if I feel like we were talking about something spicy, I just hit record just so we can.
I peeped. I saw this as recording started.
Ken said I peeped and ignored it.
So right. we aired we aired out P Sage. I can't even say the word now.
Yeah. We aired out the big Sage, not the little one. He's funny to me. That's one of my favorite commenters.
His comments are genuinely.
He's like a genuine. He's one of the people I kind of wish would make content, just because he seems like he's pretty funny.
Yo, I'm gonna send. We got to talk about Josh Allen in this pod today.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna send y'all this. Oh, I do think he's above average as a quarterback. I don't think he's like great, but
there's nothing in the middle between above average and great. I hate niggas. You can't just say he's good.
He's good. He's above average.
Bro, Ken's comparisons to people he don't like or things he doesn't like are hilarious.
No, that nigga just should not have gotten MVP.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at him getting it. I'm not mad at people being mad at him getting it. I'm gonna be Ken today. I'm lukewarm takes all day
today, huh?
No, but like the way
you be politician today.
Yeah, I'm Ken today. Lukewarm takes all day. Look, I ain't.
we got to be watching all ledges in Buffalo after this movie that came out.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Can you ever see what his girl look like, Marcus?
Who?
Josh Allen.
Oh, Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah. Ken said that she's in Sinister getting her back broke the second she gets on the screen.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, Sinister's all niggas.
Yeah. She plays a person that who's technically that's how she.
Watch out for the spoilers, nigga. You were walking spoiler.
Nigga, if you haven't seen the spoilers all over TikTok already,
no, I haven't.
Niggas is posting damn near an hour worth of the film on TikTok.
I don't scroll. I don't think you understand. I make my money and get up off the app.
Shit.
Welcome to the Worst Take Podcast, episode 47. Seven? Okay. Hey, look.
Goddamn, 47.
Yes, 47. I'm your host, Jay Riddle. We got my boy Marcus Yells Anime in the middle, and we got Ken Kaizen Explains on the very right or left of your screen, depending on the orientation. I never know. And also, I use that to mask the fact that I still struggle with my right and left. So there's that for y'all. Welcome. We had a pretty, I was about to say crazy week of anime, but we did it. It was a pretty lukewarm week, but it's a lot to talk about still. Lukewarm like Ken Kaizen's takes. First and foremost, how was y'all week? We all actually kind of had a lot of shit going on this week, low key.
Damn.
Yeah, we really did.
This is crazy. This week felt like 3 weeks of one almost.
Bro, I feel like every time I miss a week, like some crazy shit happens though.
Yeah, it's facts.
Like Boruto chapter dropped, probably like the most hyped chapter we gotten in a minute.
In a while, yeah.
Then the whole
Boruto news dropped allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, the whole Gege thing.
Yeah, the Gege thing.
I don't think he should have retconned that shit. Whatever he was saying.
Look, just look at Ken Kaizen TikTok. Look, he's TikTok listening to interviews retconned. Talking about you shouldn't have retconned. What shit? What did he retcon, Ken? We don't.
Just saying that Gojo got off guarded. Like, I don't know.
That wasn't a retcon. That was obvious if you read it. Y'all not gonna get my blood pressure going. Y'all not gonna get my blood pressure going.
Wait, that was supposed to be obvious?
Oh, Marcus, don't do that, Marcus. You read it, bro. Marcus,
I don't think that shit was supposed to be obvious, bro.
He's playing with you, Ken. Don't be a smooth brain. Marcus knows because Marcus was making the same videos I was when that shit dropped. So he knows. That was a big conversation back then, and it was clear. That's obvious. If you always have this perfect defense that's around you no matter what, and you think that there's not a counter for it, you feel me? Then why would you expect something that is a counter for it if you didn't know there was a counter for it? It's very simple. Even a TikTok reader should be able to understand that.
I'm not gonna lie though, I did not understand a single thing you just said.
that nigga was speaking in hexagons.
He was speaking in riddles. He was speaking in his last name.
Hey, you feel me? I keep the branding at all time. All right, let's get to this shit. So y'all don't want to tell me about how y'all weak ass week been. Fuck y'all. I was in LA. It was a great time. Shout out to TikTok. I appreciate y'all. All right.
This nigga. He had to get it off.
Hey, look, I was trying to open the door to talk about my entire week, but y'all ruined it by talking about JJK. It's over.
This nigga. 19 videos of cart flips and everything.
Hey, I had a grand time.
Nigga showed some smoking behind in Universal Studios. Nigga, that was the same shit I saw when I was 12.
Hey, it was hard.
I'm kidding.
It was hard. No, it probably was. They said it should have been out for like 40 years.
They were showing. I'm like, wait, I know that shit, but that's tough though.
Hey, listen.
For free skis?
It'd be like that. All right. Let's lock in.
Do it.
Ooh, somebody in the comments.
What they say?
They said, in my opinion, if SoloLeveling Ragnarok got an anime, it could go toe-to-toe with Boruto in popularity. That's not crazy to say.
I bet it wouldn't go toe-to-toe with Super Cube because they have the craziest glazers I've ever seen. Niggas that haven't seen it, read it, snipped it, be defending Super Cube like that's the fucking gospel.
Oh my god!
I have been getting some niggas talking about that, like, bro. And the source material. I'm like, I didn't even know. I
actually met and talked to some people who actually read the source material and showed me a few things. We don't talk about that too, because that just like fueled my some of my rage right now towards some Super Cube fans. Not even towards the show, but we'll talk about that. We don't have any IMDb rankings yet because for some reason they're not low, but we do have one. And it's the beginning after the end. TBATE.
Beginning
I feel like it's just really interesting. It went from getting 20 to 30 reviews on IMDb from like the actual writers and reporters to one now because nobody wants to watch that shit. And the one article that got says, episode 3, the animation hurt my eyes. That's crazy. Damn. The rating that it got, can y'all guess? I'm gonna let y'all guess the rating before I say it.
I'm gonna say it got like a 1 star.
Ken?
Wait, is it a 1 out of 10 or is it?
This is the editor's rating. We don't. I don't have the ranking yet.
So it's one. It's a
1 out of 5. 1 out of 5.
Okay, word. But probably like a 1 or 2.
1.5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 1.5.
You know what's the crazy thing about this anime too? Is like the art style and like like how everything like looks like drawn is not bad. It's just
it looks really good.
Like if you just happen to like see like a frame of that shit and like and then
it's not bad at all.
It looks amazing.
It'd be like, you know what? That's that's well drawn. Like it's colorful, vibrant, like whatever. The niggas just don't move. Like
It probably has like the best art style ever. Like it's really good.
I wouldn't say
really good.
I wouldn't say
you know Marcus. You know Marcus. He has the best of all time. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Right? Marcus can't even help himself. That's his default.
It's so good. It's so good.
Y'all niggas really don't have an in between. It's either trash or the best thing y'all ever seen.
Nah, dude. TBATE's like art style is just like I don't think I've ever seen like an art style that amazing in my life. Like it's really, really good.
This nigga.
Oh my god, I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all. You niggas, man. I will say the one thing I do like is I do like the way they portray Aura. It just doesn't hit because there's nothing else to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it will be hard. You can tell they kind of got borrowed a little bit from Bleach 1000 or Blood War with it, like with the way they do like the sparkle, like
because that would have been tough how they're doing it with Beast Will with his will activated, his Dragon Will.
Facts.
That I could see how that aura will low key be tough. But
go ahead and spoil them some more.
Nigga, everybody reading that shit.
Bro,
what?
Not everybody's reading that shit.
Bro, I dropped the T-Bay video like explaining who Sylvia was, and everybody was like, bro, nobody in anime watching this shit.
Just that is facts, I guess. That is facts. We'll talk about Boruto in a second, y'all. I see you in the comments asking about it. We got y'all. Poor TBATE. That's funny. I just wrote TBATE as I didn't even put notes or ever or bullet marks. I just put TBATE on the list to talk about.
I do want to say it's just really funny how like this past episode everybody was like, the Boruto animators are animating this episode, so that's how you know it's gonna be bad. And even though it was bad, it was still like the best episode animation wise.
Wait, they had Boruto animators on there?
No, but the niggas that worked on this, they've worked on some like nice projects.
Like the Boruto, but they worked on like the Boruto filler. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, all right, yeah. Oh, bro, they always find a way to give Boruto a bad name, dog. Why is Boruto attached to TBATE? That just pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. Wow.
No,
And Boruto has some of the best. Boruto has had some of the best and worst animation. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
yeah, no, there's some of their filler is like top tier, but it's just filler.
You watched it, or you
I was
talking
watching
from somebody else's experience?
No. When Boruto was coming out, I was actually watching a filler just because.
Same. I watched all.
I watched too. Yeah,
all those filler episodes.
That was like what 2017, 28. Yeah, I was definitely watching Boruto filler. It stopped shortly.
This shit came out in 2017. It's like 250 episodes.
That's what I'm saying. I was watching Boruto filler in 2017.
That is a politician ass response. That means you watched like 20 episodes. So you did okay. All right. Ken, you're one of my favorite people in the world. It's all good. It's all good. You got no defend it. No, you got it. I ain't even going. If it was JJK, I would dig a little bit deeper, but it's Boruto, and I don't want to accidentally come across any slander by trying to slander you. You feel me? You're safe right now. It's okay.
No, there was hold on. Did I hear a JJK mention? Did I hear a JJK mention?
Y'all started it. It's already the cap was already off. Y'all started it. First, the third week in a row, I did not say JJK first. Let's just leave it at that.
Wait,
I said Gege.
Yeah. Ooh.
I didn't say JJK.
Ooh. Oh, so we all politicians today. Y'all some all right. Hey, I still got some beef with Marcus. Marcus been taking little fadeaway shots on the talk.
Nah, that last shot was like a Curry shot from 3. That shit had motion on your post.
Bro, I was like, what the hell? Like,
what did he say? I didn't even see it.
Bro, I made a rage bait post for Supercube, and Marcus, what did he say? He said you lost me at something, and that's probably the most like
most fluidity.
Oh yeah, most fluidity. yeah. I said JJK or no? Wow, y'all got JJK on the brain. I said SoloLeveling Sung Jinwoo versus Beru had more fluidity than episode 7 at 2B Hero X, and he's like, you lost me at fluidity. That bitch probably got the most likes on that video. I'm like, come on, bro. It be on niggas.
It'd be crazy if he ratioed the likes on your actual video.
Nah, come on, bro. Y'all really try. I don't think
I've ever seen that happen.
I've seen it happen a few times.
I see what's going on today. All right, I'm about to let me lock in because you niggas is trying. I see y'all on some different shit today. All right.
We might as well talk about it because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're at Supercube. We can talk about Supercube episode 7.
They called Marcus yellow. Get on, got you, Kuda. Oh my god,
that is crazy. Can be focused on the comments more than the damn pod.
That shit caught me out of corner of my eye. Like that shit's funny as fuck.
Hey.
Anyway.
Supercube episode 7. Ken, I know you're TikTok watching, so you don't know what's going on, but I know you saw the fight.
Yeah, I watched the fight. I watched the fight. Yeah, I did not watch that episode.
Wait, you mean you watched the entire episode then? Because the entire episode was literally just hands.
It was like 11 minutes.
Yeah.
The entirety of the episode was hands, because them episodes be 15 minutes long.
Yeah, that's facts.
They do. No, they be. Oh, that's true.
No, them episodes be short as fuck, bro. They be like 19 minutes with intro, outro, and preview for next episode. Like,
what I think about the fight?
Yeah.
In terms of like a ranking of the year, or just
no, just just your reaction. Just your reaction. We can slow roast this one. We ain't gotta
slow play. Ease it on out there, type shit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. We in the pressure cooker now.
I'm trying to remember all the TikToks he saw.
That's crazy. I did make a video on it, so it's pretty fresh in my mind.
Okay,
choreography wise, I think that was some of the better choreography I've seen probably since like Naruto's like Kakashi Obito type fighting, because like they was throwing them hands and like they was actually using like distinct like different fighting styles, which I like really liked.
What fighting styles were they using, Ken?
It was more like Wing Chun type shit.
Okay, that's one.
That was like the main one that they were using, like on like the beams and shit. Then they
You
was
said they're
throwing.
using. You said they're using multiple.
I mean,
like,
yeah, they're but
several.
like
I was like,
I mean,
okay,
like,
maybe.
but like some of the different like kicks and moves and shit that they was doing like can be in like multiple different fighting styles. Like some like the
Respect. I'll sit back. Continue. I apologize. Look, I told you. Look, I'm trying to.
I got a black belt, nigga. So you know.
Oh, here this nigga goes.
You know what I'm saying? I be watching this shit.
Yeah, I see.
I did like some of like how they really used the environment within the fight to like, I don't know, it just seemed to make it seem more destructive, which I really appreciate. Like why I liked Mob Psycho shit.
Oh wow, that's funny because made Mob Psycho.
Yeah, I know. I know. But I'll give like a solid 9.2.
Facts. I really enjoyed it too. The funny part about what you said with like the devastation is like that building would have been leveled with how much shit was getting smacked around on that one floor. Like, there's no way.
The chain when he like wrapped.
Yeah,
that was low key like my favorite part of like the fight. Like just watching. I don't know why that was so satisfying, but that shit was tough.
No,
I feel like I was playing the Spider-Man game.
That's crazy. No, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. It was an amazing fight. I really enjoyed it. It was almost as good the fight as the first episode. That shit was top tier. It was top tier. Choreography definitely cooked. Yeah, it was a really good fight. It was just like a soulless fight, but it was a really good fight.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of emotion in that whole.
There's nothing like
just pure hands.
Just pure hands.
Just pure hands.
Hey, look, and as the punchy guy, I can't say too much bad about it. You know what I mean? But I will say, if I had to say one thing, it just we just gotta get a little deeper in the show. I feel like I've been talking to people who actually read the source material, and they say that the story is really mid until like after the next episode. So they kind of understood a lot of my criticism for it. They just said kind of let it cook. They kept trying to mention SoloLeveling, but even SoloLeveling had a little bit. SoloLeveling always had the mystery aspect. At the very least, SoloLeveling had the mystery aspect as to what the fuck happened in that first episode, who were the gods or whatever.
How they had emotion.
What's the system? Too. There's definitely still emotion because his mom is sick. You know what I mean? Like
nigga almost died,
and he almost died. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like.
Almost gave up on his own life and shit.
I don't like when people mention those two. It's different. I mean, it's the same, similar, but it's like not the same. You know.
I agree.
But I'm giving it a chance. I mean, like I've been saying, it's like peak mid, so it's like really enjoyable. I can't not watch it. Like it's not like so boring that I don't want to see it. I would just like to find something for me to like want to care a little bit more. Besides when the dude with the jacket comes in. Every time I see him, bro, I'll be locked the fuck in. Like it's really the Gojo effect at this point.
It really is the Gojo effect. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's I think the pacing is the real problem with the show. Like I think the pacing, I feel like they could have made like that whole entire him like running the gauntlet basically, like all those characters he fought into one episode, and then like the main fight that we just saw into like that could have been its own episode still.
At that point, yeah. Because it was weird. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say because then like at that point, that would have been like 5 episodes into the season, and then we could have really got into the plot, as they say.
Nah, facts. It's weird because like it's like the pacing's reversed for those 2-3 episodes. Because before they were just speeding through everything, speeding through the training, speeding through getting the cue, speeding through his relationship with Shorty, and then they want to take an episode per fighter with these random ass people we don't even know. You know what I mean? Like it was that's like
pop up and start squabbling.
Yeah, like they could have took their time a little bit more with him in the relationship with Shorty, him actually interacting with the cube. That's one thing in SoloLeveling that I appreciate. The system pops up all the time. So like we see him interacting with the system, kind of learning the system. So it's not like it's just something that's there. Like the cube just kind of feels like it's there right now, which again, the people who read the source material tell me it gets we get a little bit more information. It gets a little more in depth later on, but so we'll see. Did you guys see what the One Punch Man animator said about it? Which is funny because you brought up Mob Psycho, who he animated that. Where the fuck is my? Oh, it's on my phone. Hold on.
No, I saw the shit. He was basically just saying that like he was copying his lines, his shading, and basically like his style.
Yeah, I want to read it.
That nigga just sound like a hater.
No, facts.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That nigga, he's like 19.
Yeah, I think the animator is
20?
like, he got to be like 19, 20, 21. He's young as hell, but let's see. He said, I hear this. So this is the key animator for One Punch Man season 2, and I'm pretty sure he's doing season 3 as well, which is actually kind of funny in itself because most people say the animation fell off in season 1. I'm not sure if he did season 1, but I remember when I looked it up.
For One Punch Man?
Yeah.
One Punch Man, season 1 probably had the best animation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm pretty sure this specific animator did season 2 and 3. So it's funny that he's criticizing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's
criticizing.
Yeah. But so he said, he put this on Twitter. Really shady, by the way. It's a great animation, but I don't feel drawn to it. I guess it's because the direction isn't that great. Even if it's shown at the same tempo with the same tension, it just flows by without time to absorb it. Also, please stop using the same layouts, movements, and expressions as certain super animators' drawings. They use the look emoji like, ooh, like he thought that was a T. And he said, it's a shame. This is crazy. Bro had emojis and everything. You know how funny it is seeing like emojis next to Chinese, or I guess maybe Cantonese. I think it's what it. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's like, I don't know if y'all can see. It's just like a blob.
No, I peeped it. No, that's just like funny as fuck.
He put like emoji there. Like, bro was really like, I had time today. I think like maybe that first episode might have pissed him off, and he was waiting for a chance to like say something. Type. He's hating. Don't get me wrong. I understand the beginning part, like the sentiment in the beginning part, because that's the issue that I have. That explains it better than what I've been explaining. I've been saying fluidity, but it's not really a fluidity problem. It's just more like I guess like Marcus said, there's a pacing problem in the fights to me sometimes too that makes it feel like it's a little bit less fluid than it should be. I think the first episode wasn't really that bad, but I noticed it for the first time in the brawl when they had in the gym, because it was really good. It's really well choreographed. The animation was cool, but it just felt like there was like frames missing or something. But I think it's because it was going so fast that like, you know what I mean? But he's hating. I'm sorry, he's hating.
No, he's definitely a hater of the month.
Bro, that's some Kendrick Lamar level hate.
Bro, I can't wait till One Punch Man season 3 comes out and then his animated segments look like ass.
Especially with that trailer we saw. Bro better come out with some of the greatest animation we've ever seen, because what he basically did was like, I'm about to go get my big brother on you. Like, he ended that shit by mentioning another creator. Like,
that shit better come out like Mob Psycho
at this point, bro. If not,
like, he also like talking shit like he just copied and pasted the shit. Like, the nigga still had to go in there and do all the work. And the fact that he can mimic it like that pretty well, I feel like just goes to show like that nigga is talented. Because it's not like there's like specific programs where you could just copy and paste the animation styles.
That's true.
I don't understand animation enough to be able to speak to that, but
no, because like you still have to draw it and like
you drawing that. I mean, frame by frame.
I get that, but they also used to say that it was cheap to the way that they would kind of reuse Naruto choreography sometimes. Like, they said that was kind of being like cheap. They'd say that was being like cutting corners and stuff like that.
Well, I mean,
and nowadays there are ways.
Yeah,
what are you about to say? Like, there are ways where you can kind of like use it as a stencil on, or like use the building blocks of it. You know what I mean? So it does save you a little bit of time. So honestly, I think the biggest source of their hate is the fact that it's a Chinese animator. You know what I mean? You know, China and Japan got beef. Like, why y'all copying our shit?
Yeah.
And also anime is their shit. Well, they kind of like cornered the market in anime. So now it's kind of like,
I could see that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what it is. If we're being honest.
That is probably what it is.
They're realizing everybody else is catching up.
They scared.
Yeah.
They scared.
Yeah. They should. I hope they never see Castlevania. That shit.
That's our only saving grace right now for US.
Hey, nah, facts. Because we Invincible.
Hey, and Vox Machina. Put some respect on Vox Machina. They got good animation.
True.
Low key, whatchamacallit? What was that show? Astro Boy, the Astro Boy. Pluto.
Oh, that was on. That was animated by.
I don't know what it was animated by. It was on Netflix, so that's why.
I don't know who did the animation, but I think was it. I don't know. Actually, I can't. I'm not even going to throw out a random.
Some mid that nobody cares about.
You're tripping.
Wait, so Jay, I just want to ask you. All right, so when you were talking about the solo leveling and super cute fight, you were saying overall the solo leveling fight overall was better than the Super Cube fight.
Yes, sir. Next question.
Wait. And then afterwards, you were saying that the solo leveling fight was better animated than the Super Cube.
It had a lot more qualities of animation that I enjoyed. Yes. Next question.
A lot more qualities of animation that you enjoyed.
Yes, sir. I really like the way that they went back and forth between first person and third person. And then also they had the little, you feel me? Sometimes you see them fighting against each other. Sometimes you see the fist flying from Sung Jinwoo's perspective. You see the fist flying at Beru from Beru's perspective of, Sung Jinwoo.
So you like the direction. So you like the directing of the fight better.
I mean, all that goes in animation. Like, point of view is part of it. It's not
directing.
That's part of it. Yeah. Directing is part, just like art style's part. You know what I mean? Like there's animation is the amalgamation of a lot of different things. You feel me? I think as far as a total product, SoloLeveling just had a little bit more.
Stephen A. Smith.
Hey,
man,
the greatest the greatest sports commentator of all time.
That's definitely a Stephen A. Smith word. I've heard him spam amalgamation at least 7 times in a week before, for sure.
Hey, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. As far as the total fight, and part of it is just because there was actually a little bit more writing involved. I mean, it felt like the Sung Jinwoo versus Beru fight just had more weight to it. Like the Super Cube fight was beautiful. The Super Cube fight was beautiful, but it was boneless. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just there was like it was hollow.
It's interesting that you said this about the Sung Jinwoo versus Beru fight, because I remember not too long ago you were saying that the build up to Jeju Island and the Beru fight was kind of ass.
100%. Let me clarify. So the episode before, we had the Beru horror film where he went through the S rank hunters. You feel me? And just slice and dice them. And then we have Cha Hae-in laying on the ground, dying. Sung Jinwoo pops up out of nowhere. You feel me? With all that aura, checks on Shorty. Oh, hell nah. You're not going to do this to find shit. Turns around. You feel me? There's a lot of weight on it. All those people, like Bach was getting cooked. I fuck with Bach. You feel me? Until I read the manga. I ain't gonna lie. The manga, hey.
I fuck with Bach is crazy.
Hey, pause. You feel me? Like the build up to Jeju Island, yes, I wasn't like, I mean, it was whatever. But the build up to the fight, Sung Jinwoo versus Beru, in those 3 episodes was enough to give me a little bit more seasoning to that fight. You know what I mean? Type shit. The way Beru was introduced to, like he fought him and then he did that little final transformation where he pulled out his claws and he was like floating and shit like Jesus. You feel me? Like little shit like that. You know what I mean? Like
the best part.
It was tough. The villain that we saw him fight, I mean, his abilities are kind of like, what the fuck? Like, it was cool. But it just I think the abilities look better than they actually were. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like and also
the animation was so impeccable and flawless.
Listen, that animation did so much for that episode. I'll be forgetting the main character's name sometimes.
You know what's crazy? I think I would even go as far as to say that the Super Cube had an overall better fight than SoloLeveling Sung Jinwoo versus Beru.
A lot of people who haven't watched Super Cube and watched the clips might agree with you.
Because I'll say it like this. The only reason why, and this is what really solidified the greatness of the Super Cube for me, was when we talk about Cha Hae-in. We talk. Get ready for this. We talk about Cha Hae-in, bro. We wouldn't even give a fuck about Cha Hae-in if all the manga readers didn't already know that they were shipped together. We wouldn't even have cared. They would be like, oh, and another S ranker on the floor, almost dead. Who give a fuck about the S ranker? Bro, the only interaction we even got of Sung Jinwoo and Cha Hae-in was Cha Hae-in just like smelling him and glazing him through the smell. At least with the other girl, we actually got some type of build-up with their characters. We actually got to see them a little romantic side, a little flashback of them too. All I'm saying is that end scene with the girl, I don't even know her name, but to be fair, let me explain.
All right, go ahead.
We can't even be talking about names because when it comes to SoloLeveling, everybody loves to joke around about name 5 other characters than Sung Jinwoo.
Bok Choy, Cha Hae In.
And then
No, nigga said bok choy. That's some food, my nigga. Shut up.
You're not even saying the last names. He's just saying bok.
My nigga said bok choy, bro. I had that shit last night.
That's crazy. The SoloLeveling. All right. I just named 2 niggas. Y'all act okay. All right. I'm sorry. I don't know they first names. I'm sorry. Listen.
I believe you could name 5.
I'll name 5 right now.
Go ahead, bro. Go. Band for band names. Go.
Choi, Bok, Cha Hae In, Jina, Jin Ho, Jin Ho's papa. You feel me? Sung Hwan. Hey, ooh. That's 7 right there.
That was the first one you named fool.
Because he had sung in it.
Hey, I ain't gonna. Hey, Gungo He. I can't say no more else because everything else gonna be
Gungo Wee.
Hey, look, y'all know what I'm talking about. Garp. That's what it is. Gungo Garp.
Thomas Andre type shit.
Yeah,
you low-key think Gogun He's a whole like not personality, but his whole like character design was based off of Garp.
Bro, he is Garp. That is Garp. That nigga is Garp. Even the way he fights when y'all see in the anime, that's Garp. No ability, just fist.
Oh, no. That nigga straight hands.
Yeah. But nah, hey, listen. Tomato. Super cube. It was great. I don't want to take nothing away from it. Just keep SoloLeveling's name out your fucking mouth. To the people, not to you, Marcus. Well, I don't know. The way you been acting on TikTok the last couple days, maybe you should be.
Hey, I said SoloLeveling had the better overall fight. I did say that.
Okay,
I just said, in my opinion, the Super Cube was better animated.
Type shit. Okay.
Understandable. Okay. I hear y'all.
That's when you have to add a little bit of water to your hot take. You feel me? Just in case.
Like the last like 5 seconds.
Yeah, no facts. I learned that from Pens. Pens used to do that shit. Shout out to my boy Pens, to where like he would have the craziest take, and then at the very end he'll qualify it so that when people try to like make videos about it, they're wrong because they missed the very end where he like it's the smartest tactic I've ever seen. That is a W creator. But
he still be doing that shit too.
That's peak rage bait. The last like 5 seconds, he'll say some shit that defends his whole hot take. Like, you didn't see what I said. All right, let's get off of Super Cube because we could be here for some days. Let's talk about something actual peak, not peak mid, peak. Superhero X episode 3. Y'all got a chance to get through it?
Yeah,
absolutely,
positively.
Was mid
twice. Wow,
mid.
Whoa.
Why could you think his name?
Absolutely, positively was not. It's not mid. It's not Fire Force. Continue though.
Oh, actually, kind of want to jump to Fire Force. All right, we'll get to Superhero X. We'll get to Superhero X. I'm really liking what they're doing so far. I will be honest. Last episode, when they basically said that the villain's abilities or their power is based on fear, it made me a little bit worried because that can get real corny real quick. You know what I mean? Like just the same way that your abilities being based on love or trust or whatever can get corny as well. But they're doing a really good job at really building the narrative around the way they get their powers. Like it's more than just, and this is how you can tell I would never be a good villain because like as soon as I said that, I was like, oh, bet I'm about to go blow some shit up or I'm about to go kill like 50 people. You know what I mean? Like I'll get stronger every time I do. At the very end of the episode, well, first off, in the episode, the girl was basically trying to, who was, spoiler alert for anybody that's watching it, the villain or whatever was fighting Firm Man, or basically trying to, bro, that is a terrible name. Firm Man. That just,
I could have just named him Stand Tall or something, bro. Like just like
that's how you know, Mark. Ken, that's one of the moments where I tell you, Ken, I'll be forgetting you a writer until you say some shit like that, and I'm like, that was actually a really good name. That would have been hard. Stand Tall. Instead of like trying to fight him head on or whatever, she was basically trying to ruin his public opinion and perception. You know what I mean? Which makes him weaker, which kind of makes her a little more relevant. And of course, she was doing it out of the kind of like kindness because he had the worst powers I've ever fucking seen. Like, bro, you can't sit down and take a shit. You can't bend down to tie your shoes. If you drop something, you're fucked.
He had to sleep standing up. Bro.
He had to sleep strapped to a table like Frankenstein. Like, bro,
yeah.
Like,
That nigga was
that is
miserable.
terrible.
He was
he literally.
sleep.
She saved it, and that's why that's part of what makes Supercube really good. Supercube. Wow, I got Supercube on the brain now. That's part of what makes 2B Hero X really good. Like the way they told that narrative, the way they built that character, the way they hit those themes was really like unique. You know what I mean? Like, and I like that. Then also now they're tying it back in, and at the end of the episode, we saw the preview for the next episode. Well, the cliffhanger was that Shorty had got abducted, and it's because bro was trying to expose Nice, which would ruin his public perception, ruin his trust, and make him a little bit weaker in theory. You know what I mean? Not sure if it's actually going to do that. That's how I know I wouldn't be a good supervillain, because I wouldn't think to do that. Again, if I know my powers are based on fear, I'm about to go to a public location.
Oh, no, you were about to say the most American shit ever.
Yeah, I want to say I will go to a public location with an AR-15. You know? And I'll get locked up the first day of having superpowers. Like
also, like being a hero in that verse is just ass. Like that's just like pure misery. I would not want to be a hero. And, like, dude was like forced to be a hero. Like he just was like, oh damn, that little girl about to die. I'm gonna just try and save her, and just, he just did some shit, and then like, all right, now nigga, you a hero now. Suck it up.
Like fuck, everybody loves you. They like, you can't bend down and tie your shoes. You can't bend down and do nothing now.
And the fact, but that's the crazy thing. He's like, they all just expected him to stand firm and stand tall. So he's like, damn, that's part of his power. So that nigga can never not do that shit. It's just like, god damn, bro. Because like, I thought Moon shit was bad because like every time she teleported, it would just teleport to Nice. Like she was trapped to the hip at him. But like this nigga's whole like quality of life.
Hey, which is worse? Which is worse? Would you rather be a heteromorph in My Hero Academia? That's what they're called, right? Or would you rather be stand firm, stand tall, whatever the fuck his name, firm man?
Bro, I would take my chance with My Hero Academia.
So you'd be fine with having a faucet as a head or something like that?
Bro, fuck it. It is what it is.
No, I couldn't do that shit, bro. I'll still take 2B Hero X. Because I'll be damned if like I gotta shoot tape out my elbows or some shit. Like, I'm cool off that.
Bro, so you rather like not be able to sit down at all?
Who says I'm getting that shit? I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to shoot razors out my ass. Like,
hey, even Nice's ability, his OCD might get real crazy. Like, like some people who have extreme OCD be like freaking the fuck out.
Bro, his OCD is already kind of crazy.
Yes,
they were showing it like a little bit. I don't know if you guys.
He was moving the cup and shit,
and he was moving the cup, and then he wiped the can.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy. Even like his kicks and shit, like his cape comes down perfectly.
Yes, yeah. That's that. I noticed that. That's a good one. That's a good look at you, Marcus. W content creator. Proud of you.
Appreciate it.
I'll still rather pick because I'll be damned if I get born with some type of deformity that like has no actual use for like being a hero. Like I'm cool off that. At least with 2B Hero X, I can find a way to manipulate that shit.
How would you manipulate not being able to bend down and take a shit?
I'm taking them boots off.
Can you even shit standing up? Is that possible?
You can, but like
they just gotta put a vacuum up there or something. Like what the fuck?
You gotta damn near have your cheeks.
All right. Hey yo,
nah.
Hey yo,
that is crazy.
You gotta damn near have like a pliers or some shit back there for real.
Oh, hold on. April, she said, I have OCD, and so far it's normal. I wasn't talking about normal OCD. I was talking about people who have like extreme, like to where they can't function. It's debilitative. It's paralyzing almost. Like they walk into a room and like kind of freak the fuck out if it's not.
Yeah. Like basically what Nice is becoming.
Yeah.
Bro, the old Nice, I don't even know if you guys peeped that, but like even his like I can't even say the word, but
his walk,
when he offed himself. Yeah. When he offed himself. Notice how he like did like the little like snap with the fingers and pointed at him. He had to make that shit look perfect too.
He's like, that is crazy. Bro, that is insane to think about. That I didn't even bro. He said
bro, they have like such little like that's the other thing I love about 2B Hero X. Yeah, those like little nuances really add up. It builds the story.
They're doing an amazing job. I still see people hating on that, like the animation. Like, for one, even if you don't like the 2D shit, to me, like it adds a cool element because the hero theme, the hero kind of essence, still is comic booky at the end of the day. So to me, that gives a little bit of the comic essence, which is what I like about My Hero Vigilantes, Like they have a lot of like the comic, you know,
like the pow, the boom.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I appreciate that. Like it kind of reminds you like where the source might come from, you know what I mean? Of you know.
I still ain't watching that mid.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bro, it's actually interesting, dog.
I would
when you gotta say actually and then
no, because the premise, of course, like you're going from a hero who's like, you know, Deku, who has these all-world abilities, to a hero that slip and slides. You know what I mean? Like, so like if that premise just on paper doesn't sound enticing, but the way they're doing it is immaculate, I have to say.
I heard he gets OP too.
Well, so I hope so. I didn't hear that. So that makes me feel even better about watching.
Power I used to do in my backyard.
Oh my
god, this nigga can, dog. And then these are times where I'll be like, oh, you're a writer? You sure about that?
Hey, you can't start off at like the tippy top. You feel me? You can't do that all the time. Look at Sung Jinwoo. He was a bitch.
Yeah.
Say that to him now.
Bro had the weakest haircut I've ever seen, dog. Now, especially seeing it now, I think the fact that we were introduced to him like that, it's like whatever. But looking back at his original like cut and stuff like that, like,
bro, there was no way he was actually like 25.
Nah,
he looked like he was like 15.
Thanks. I think he was like what 2021 or something again at that time.
Yeah.
Or either
like,
way, that was
like
the dumbest. That was the dumbest hairstyle I've ever seen on an MC. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's been some pretty dumb hairstyles. Sung Jinwoo's is up there. Sung
Jin mid.
Hey, chill out. Sung Jin peak.
Sung Jin mid.
Man, I'm not gonna spoil nobody, but I'm almost on my manga page. We're almost at the end of SoloLeveling, and it's weird. It's funny, Marcus, because I promise you, before I read SoloLeveling, there were a whole bunch of like artwork stuff that we're assuming was like fan stuff because it would look super dope, but it just didn't look like with the theme of SoloLeveling. Every single one of those is in.
Like this.
Yes, bro. Every single one of them is in there. Like any dope art you ever see in a SoloLeveling is probably actually from the source.
Yeah.
Like,
that's dope.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, so you got to the part where he walked out the cape. What you think about that?
Oh my god,
that shit was tough, wasn't it? That shit was tough,
bro. Like, I was wondering if his aura farming would get corny or cringy after a while, and it didn't. It just it's the most creative aura farming I've ever seen. Like, I can't even lie to you. Like,
my nigga Igris popped out my leash and he just walks out the cape.
Oh my god,
that shit's so
and especially after what he did before walking out of that, like I can't wait till. I mean, I'll probably have like 3 kids by the time that shit gets animated, but my kids will get to see. Some peak.
The aura. They'll get to see the aura farming.
Yeah, facts. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. SoloLeveling might be our new JJK. That shit is not aired in a month. We still find a way.
Our JJK TBATE.
Man.
No. That's sad.
Because you're caught up now, right, Marcus?
I'm not like fully caught up. I'm on like chapter 200.
He gonna pass me in a second because I haven't read anything for like 2-3 weeks, so I'll have like 3 or 4 chapters built up. I think the last chapter I read was like 207 or something like that.
So you met Saris?
I did actually. That's the white-haired girl, right?
Yeah, it's the Scythe, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Smash.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it, but you know.
Man.
Passionately.
Raw and passionate.
Raw and passionate.
Speaking of that,
wait, let me see who's in here real quick.
Oh, you funny as hell. You got no way.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I used to, whenever my girl would make an Instagram post, I would put that shit. I'll comment that shit on her Instagram post. We was walking the dog the other day. She was like, "Yo, can you stop doing that? Because like people are starting to get the wrong impression of like what my account's about."
That's hilarious.
I was like, because I'll put like eye contact on that shit. And she was like,
"That's crazy."
No, that's funny as hell though.
Bro, I wouldn't do that in a million years, bro.
I've done it like at least
I'll probably do it.
I've done it at least 5 or 6 times.
Bro, if my girl's parents saw that shit, it's cooked. It's cooked.
If I were you, especially, I would do it. You put a ring on it. They can't say nothing to me after that. I might say it in person at the cookout.
Yeah, but bro, they're the biggest Christ worshippers ever.
Oh, her family is?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Which, hey, I don't got a problem, like, you know.
See, the way my brain works is I will pull out various scriptures. This is what the Bible says a man and wife should be doing. Husband and wife.
but we're not married yet.
Oh, so yeah. True. But the second that ceremony's over, I might take the mic and be like,
do they know
raw and passionate.
Make a poster on that shit.
Nah, facts.
Do they know that y'all share living quarters?
Nope.
Hopefully they don't watch the pod.
Yeah, somebody gonna record this part,
this little clip.
And send it.
What, do they think she like sleeping in the basement or some shit?
Probably the room next door.
It'd be like that.
Shout out to your fam.
We can
hold up. My shit like froze.
Oh yeah, it's back. We back.
Yeah, good.
Well, everybody. All right, bet. So, anything else on 2B Hero X before we slide to Fire Force?
No. Slide to Fire Mids. The main reason why I say the episode, actually, I'm gonna just say it. Like, I feel like the whole season has kind of been mid for me so far. Just because, I mean, it's been like a lot of setup. I understand that, but even like the action sequences we got this episode were kind of like, I don't know,
falling a little flat.
It was like kind of in between. Like there would be like a really good segment, and then out of nowhere, like it would kind of look like ass.
Now, Marcus, you just rewatched season 1 and 2, didn't you? Or you watched? I can't remember. Was it you?
I watched a recap to it.
Do you remember seeing? I haven't watched in years, but was the animation this kind of like? It's not bad. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but with the conversation we put Fire Force in, of course, it's next to My Hero Academia that cooks when it matters. JJK that always cooks. You know what I mean? Black Clover cooks. You feel like it deserves a little bit more like from the animation. I don't remember the first 2 seasons were like that. I remember the show
versus Shinra. Yeah, that fight was crazy.
That fight was crazy, but I can't remember everything else in the middle.
I think it was like season 2. I think had way better animation consistency wise too. I think season 2 was when it really started to get crazy. I think but then again, I remember because season 1 had some insane shit too, though.
Yeah, no, I would say like both of those seasons. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when Shinra fought the Inferno the first time, like I thought the animation to that shit was crazy too, right?
Yeah, no, that shit was tough.
I think so.
We also have Benny Maru shit as well.
I guess we do have a lot to look forward to between this because is it 1 season, 2 cores, or is it 2 season, 1 core? It's just basically this season and then the one that's dropping in January, right? So it's this and that pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 25 episodes or something like that.
Ken can speak to it a little bit more because he read the manga. Maybe I hate this. I really hate when people be like, oh, they're saving the animation for something that big, for an IP that big. If it was something new, it'd be different. But for an IP that big, there should be no such thing. And on the final season, there should be no such thing as saving the budget. You know, especially for something that's taken 5 years to complete.
Also, we're seeing like 3 like top tiers going at.
That's the thing, yeah. You know what I mean?
Joker and Burns.
Like
yeah, but like it's no, because I'm telling you, this fight's gonna last longer than like it's gonna last like several episodes.
So it's not just this episode, okay?
No. Because Burns goes into like stage 3 and 4 of his like ignition ability.
I even hate the way they did that shit because it looked like crazy at first, and then they hit you with the freeze frame. You feel me?
Yeah.
The second one wasn't as bad as the first one, but the first one was a little bit egregious because like it kind of looked like they were about to start cooking. You had the combo with Shinra and Joker. Joker was kind of throwing hands with them, and then Burns backed up and he hit stage 1, and they hit you with that weird ass. It just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? It felt a little like
I was feeling very similar to that situation. I do think that they did a little bit better when it came to Gold, which is that destroyer for the Evangelist. That was
cool. That was cool.
I feel like that shit, Tamaki and the gang. That fight goes a little bit longer, and like another 2 destroyers pop up too. So
They need to get their ass bailed out by Arthur, bro.
Arthur, hey, look, that's not facts.
That was the most detrimental shit that could have happened to their plan.
Yeah, no, thanks.
No, because Dragon pop up soon.
Okay. Oh, hey, somebody in the comments said Captain Burns be thinking he's in DBZ. That's facts. That's facts.
But like, Captain Burns is tough though. Like he's one of like the most underrated characters in that show.
I agree.
I'm praying to God, and Ken don't spoil shit for me. I'm praying to God Captain Burns has some kind of like plan or something that he knows something we don't know that nobody else knows. I'm hoping Ken, don't even shake your head. Don't make me feel like I'm right or nothing. Just look forward. Look straight at the camera. Don't even I don't want to know. This is one of the very few things I would like to just see in real time. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm hoping or something, because I like Captain Burns too much for him to go out the way he's going out. And also it looks like the evangelists are already planning on betraying him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Also, like, if he did go out like that, I would kind of be pissed just because, like, I don't know, because like, oh, he saw the evangelist, so like now he acting like I feel like he gotta be playing for the other team right now.
Yeah, it gotta be something. Because
I'm gonna say that fight between him and Shinra, it's gonna get better. So I'm just hoping they're like, all right, because like they were also doing like setup shit too with Ibana in talking about the doppelgangers and shit as well.
How baddie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like they're doing like setup for that shit too, because I guess they're gonna handle that probably this core at least as well. So I just hate that the first three are like kind of setup episodes.
Yeah, well, it's after 5 years. And look, I'm not in the production. I'm not into so maybe it's just some things I understand. I'm totally okay with saying that, but you'd think that after 5 years of being on hiatus, like Bleach came back with that crazy ass first episode after a 10-year hiatus. You know what I mean? And which I guess part of it was just the timing of where they were at in the manga. I get that. It just kind of worked out. But they could have done something. They could have, even that little spar they gave us the first episode between Shinra and Arthur, they could have went like crazy on that just to remind people what kind of show it is. Like,
yeah. Also, like they could have just literally just jumped us right into the action that like them niggas is in the tunnels going after. They could have just threw us right in because like some of these.
Oh, and then did a flashback of Captain Burns betraying them and stuff like that,
or in them taking Captain Obi and like flashbacks within that first episode and get us straight into the shits. They could have definitely did that.
Yeah,
I feel like that would have like set a little bit of a precedent of like what the season should have been.
That would have been cool. You do got to be a little bit careful with manga fans because
no, I know that's what I was trying to think. Like,
yeah. Like those are two really important points that would be if you glossed over it, niggas would have been pissed. So I mean,
but they spent like 2 episodes on it.
I think they forgot that niggas haven't watched this shit in 5 years. I honestly feel like they like just totally thought that they could jump right back out and like, you know, like with TBATE, how they just kind of thought they could throw whatever out and TBATE fans would glaze it because TBATE fans love TBATE. Like, I think that might be them not being in tune with the culture or something a little bit.
It might be. But maybe, who knows? We got like 20 some more episodes, so maybe we can.
Yeah, it's gonna cook. I feel good about it.
Because like everything else, like I love the sound effects was hidden, like the extra stuff that was making like Fire Force, like their little like effects.
Yeah.
Like we're even just like when they were like fighting too, like little mini like cut scenes of shit. The smile Shinra was having, like the shit was like I was still like entertained. I did just want to see a little bit more between that Joker and whatchamacallit scene, but I feel like I can't be too picky because I know that we're gonna get some crazy shit this season. So
yeah, the next episode or the episode after, they might give us like an insane ass cut.
Yeah,
and then that's the thing we're talking about for the week. So
yeah, for real. Hope so. I'm excited for it. It's still been good though. Like it's like the story is good enough to where it's like it's kind of like the opposite of Super Cube almost. Like the story is good enough to where I can kind of look past some of the animation, where Super Cube is like the animation is good enough to where I can look past whatever is going on. I can't even name the main character of Super Cube right now. Is it? I keep wanting to say Linling, but no, that's from 2B Hero X, right?
Yeah, 2B Hero, yeah.
See, that show is so good. I'm trying to name everybody that, you know what I mean? Marcus, you know his name by chance?
Bro, I couldn't even tell you.
Okay, all right.
The only one I know is Zigo.
Dark
and I don't know his first name.
Yeah, I was saying. It's like me and all SoloLeveling characters.
Zigo, aka Purple Hair Gojo.
The only valid, I don't know if it's valid. I want to know if it's valid to y'all. People really think Fire Force has a fan service problem because Tamaki is like every chance she gets, her clothes is just like running away.
Y'all
from
see
her.
the preview for next episode?
Yeah, I did see the preview. That shit, I wanted to ignore it so bad, but like,
dog, it's. I don't understand.
I don't know, bro. I can't even say Fire Force has a fan service like problem because niggas be liking all type of shit when it comes to fan service out here, like Mushoku Tensei.
You like Mushoku Tensei?
I'm
that was probably like the worst one you could have named.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Like, those are real life weirdos though. We don't.
I'm saying, but like I'm talking about in terms of fan service, like what they choose to make big deals about and what they don't.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Name another one. That's an outlier. I don't. That's to you.
Don isn't really fan service.
That's not like fan service. That's like rage based service. Like
I know, but it's because when you get like really technical with this shit, like it's like tantalizing younger people. So like people say, oh, if you think younger people is like erotic, like no, I don't think that, but like they're putting them in situations for that specific demographic because we know how niggas in Japan are. Because like especially they have like younger ages of consent over there, so they make them they put them in positions like that. So like that's still in the fan service like umbrella. It's just a different type.
Great point. But if I'm Stephen A, you got to be Max Kellerman, tantalizing nigga. Bro, hey, look, bro got deep in his back.
But I feel like Fire Force literally had like Tamaki like. Literally just falling and having her shit stripped off is way different than like Momo being put on a fucking chair and like stripped like
they still stripped.
One conveys a message, an actual message behind it, while the other one doesn't convey shit.
One of them has, even if it's not the greatest, one of them is a little bit thematic. The other one is just like, oh my God, I moved again. I'm naked. I took 2 steps forward. My clothes are gone. Like
7 Deadly Sins.
You're not helping yourself, bro.
I'm just saying, like,
you're putting Fire Force in the name in a bucket with other weird ass.
No, but I'm saying like, but people they make a huge deal about Fire Force in that, but like, it's a lot of these other series that niggas like.
I was saying, name a show that they don't make a big deal about that it has a lot of. You just named all the controversial ones.
People don't be making big deal about 7 Deadly Sins, or we can even say One Piece.
Bro, that was like a huge thing about. Wait, One Piece is one thing. That might be that you started One Piece, but they were calling the writer for the creator of 7 Deadly Pedo. They were calling. You said Forced
Food Wars.
Yeah. They were calling. Of course, Mushoku Tensei has a host of problems. That one is like undefensible. And then same with Dandadan. They kind of be calling Dandadan's creator a little. So you put in Fire Force in the hat with
niggas be jumping to the bat to defend those series. I'm just talking about they'll just put.
Yeah, but there's also the same amount of people giving it like that. If you would have said One Piece, people let One Piece get away with way more than I think they should sometimes. So if you would have said One Piece, I'd be like, okay.
Even Naruto, Dragon Ball Z,
not Naruto, only adult, it's only Lady Tsunade. Just this, and she's like 60.
I mean Naruto when he did sex jutsu.
Bro. Yeah, that's a good one. That's good. But I see that would have been a good point to start with. Bleach or Hime, yeah, that was a little yikes. early on, definitely yikes. Yeah.
The thing is, like, we really don't even notice those ones just because we watched those shits growing up. So like
that is true too. As a kid, it's like, well, we're all the same age in there. I mean, so. But as an adult, you look back like, oh,
you're like, damn.
Kubo can draw some. Yeah. Hey. Okay. All right. Well, so Ken says there's no fan service problem. Everything's fine.
I mean, at least there's a written reason as to why what goes on happens.
What, gravity?
No, like there's I'm like, you told me not to spoil it. So like, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that literally in season 2 though?
No, it gets revealed in season 3.
Oh, it gets deeper.
Yeah, it gets revealed like as to like why like there's a specific reason that's like key to the story as to like why that shit happens.
That's crazy that they really.
That is crazy. They wrote it right. They made it canon. They made a canon reason.
That's like because like she's like the only character, and there's like she's actually like pivotal. So I'm just not trying to.
Okay, all right.
Damn, Fire Force really is like Chainsaw Man. That's
it's interesting.
Crazy.
The one time Ken.
Oh yeah, here we go. Chainsaw Man. That's another one. Goddamn.
we had to give him his defense. He said, bro, nobody trips on Mushoku Tensei. Nobody trips on on Seven
the ones
Sins.
everybody trips
the
on.
Ones everybody trips on.
Yeah. I just there was the first one that came to mind.
Hey, look, it's all good.
I'm talking about like I just see niggas. I see a lot more niggas trying to defend it than put it down, and like they just be trying to put it down Fire Force because of one character, and I'm just like, all right, G, like
I hear you.
Somebody in the comments said, what's the topic? The topic currently is Fire Force. We're going over the last episode talking about the fan service problem, but now we are going to move on to actual peak.
Also, last one, Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tales. Oh wow. The comments gave him that one. Hey Ken, you got bailed out of this conversation. I'm gonna let you know that right now. You got it's
a Fairy Tail one in the comments.
Yeah, I seen that. Moving on to actual peak, because I feel like, which is crazy, I've had a full circle arc with Windbreaker. If y'all watched the pod last year, y'all know I glazed it for like 6-7 weeks, and then I slandered it for the rest of the year, and I slandered it for the beginning of this year, and now I'm glazing it again, but nobody's talking about how good Windbreaker is right now. Like, Windbreaker has been cooking.
Marcus, he has seen the light now.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Windbreaker might be the best anime right now, right next to 2B Hero X, 2B Hero Peak.
That's not crazy to say.
That's not even crazy.
No. Until he said next to 2B Hero X, yes. But Marcus just be ready to jump all the way out the window. He'd be like, "This is the best shit I ever." Oh my god!
I said right now. SoloLeveling not going on right now.
Yeah, Marcus is hilarious. That's my favorite. I think my favorite thing about Marcus, he does not give a fuck. He will
jump out of a plane, no parachute.
Hey, facts.
Nah, because you know what it is. Everybody be trying to be too literal.
Too literal and too lukewarm, like Ken.
Yeah,
that is facts. That is facts.
That's crazy.
But Windbreaker.
They got me feeling shit.
Jay, what do you think of the backstories in Windbreaker this season? That was your big problem with it, right?
Yeah, they got a little corny for me last season. This season,
hey, no, just somebody says you have earned an inertia glazer in the comments, so I just had to.
Hey, one thing about Ken is he gonna toot the fuck out his own horn. We love that for you, Ken. Inertia is the greatest web novel I've ever read. I wanted everybody to know that. I'm not even talking shit. I'm dead ass. It's the only web novel I've ever read, but it's also really fucking good. Really fucking good. But back Windbreaker, yeah. They definitely seem a little bit less corny for me right now because they're a little more realistic. You know what I mean? Like, not that the other ones weren't realistic. They just saw like during the stage tournament arc. I don't know what that's called technically. When they're in the theater or whatever, some of those backstories are kind of just like Naruto-esque. You know, like I was on the
shit up when he was young.
Yeah, but like Naruto's the MC and it made sense with his story. We kind of grew with him. So it'd be one thing. But if 5 different niggas had the same swing, you feel me? Like everybody had seemed like they had some version of Naruto's swing. You know what I mean? How he had that.
It's just they're a group of delinquents. They all got trouble paths. I
get it, I guess. You know but like you gotta think about it. We come from where we come from, where we seen like real the stories that those are kind of supposed to be emulating, you know what I mean? So like
real.
It gets a little corny like that, but this I feel like it's a little bit better this season. And even if it's not, the fighting has been crazy. And I really like that brawl between them and I can't remember the name of the other.
I can't remember either, honestly.
No,
the way they did that was really good.
Call them niggas white coats at this point right now.
Yeah, facts. It was cool seeing the difference between like the first or the second years and the upperclassmen and stuff like that. I'm enjoying it. I'm fucking enjoying it.
And we got some Sakura development too.
Yeah, Sakura. That W Sakura development for real. What about you? What y'all thinking?
It's honestly right now I'm giving it's like a solid like 8.8 for me so far, and I'm really it's giving me the hands. It's giving me the emotional like aspects to it that I was really looking for. Because like there's not a lot of shit this season that's really like hidden like that, like for real. That's making me like, oh damn, like.
I mean, you only watch 2 animes, so
yeah, that is facts.
I'm literally watching like 7, so like, chill.
7 is a stretch. I ain't gonna ask you to read them, but I'm trying to name top.
But that's crazy.
That's funny as hell. This probably is the most anime Ken has watched in a long time.
That's crazy. Y'all trying to start some shit.
we gonna make Ken crash out.
We gotta chill out because I feel like eventually we all gonna have like a podcast link up or some shit, and Ken might just swing on us just once. It's cool. Just we good. Hey, what's up, y'all? Boom, boom. All that shit y'all been talking about last year.
Jay, you're gonna have to defend me if Ken's big ass come after me.
Y'all. Hey, the Blicky coming out.
I'm bringing Levi too.
Hey, look. Oh, definitely the Blicky coming out. 4-5 too. Drop it.
He going for the legs. I'm going up top. Niggas is going down.
That reminded me. I don't know if y'all saw TJTV's video where he was like, "I'll never let a dog fuck me up." Like he had the animation from Call of Duty where you like snap the dog's neck. You know what I mean? That just made me think of that. Like that is facts. I wish a dog would fuck with me.
Me and my dog got combos already. Like,
all right, Kiba and Akamaru.
No, we got combos.
Oh, this nigga.
Ken looked like he would be a Kiba in an anime.
Yeah. Somebody in the comments said, "Is this pre?" Look, the dog heard us talking about him. He's like, "What y'all say?"
Y'all hear?
Someone in the comments says it's pre-recorded. No, it's not pre-recorded. We tap in with the comments like in the beginning and the end. So hold y'all questions. We're actually about to get to y'all in a second because we're right about that time for the pod. So, it's funny. I was gonna switch over. Someone said, "Ken, you been watching Lazarus?" I've been enjoying Lazarus. Somebody said it's mid in the comments. It's been cool to me. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's a real breath of fresh air. Yeah.
It's because that really is bringing back like that old 90s vibe of anime that we kind of grew up with. That like, I feel like there's been like a slight like absence of like culture in anime that I feel like we used to kind of get back when we was like Akira, Gundam, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. Like there's you know what I'm talking about?
You see basically saying it's not American enough for you. Because Lazarus just feels real American, I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just talking about but like I just feel like some of these animes recently, besides like some of like the heavier like shonen ones, I feel like there's just not as much paying attention to like the art form, and they're just kind of just like digging really into just like, all right, this is what's going to get me paid, which I understand. Like I would probably do the same thing, but like you could just see which ones probably put more time into like their artistic vision and like making it, and that's kind of like what Lazarus feels like.
I can see that for sure. Last episode was cool. I like anytime bro fights. It's real cool. It reminded me of Eddie from Tekken. I think that's his name, right? Wow. I like that. It's cool. It's real like
his parkour scenes are just like so satisfying.
Yeah.
Eddie's the Brazilian dude, right?
Yeah. He be dancing a little bit. He's got a little like bounce to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like a little, he got some rhythm to it, whatever he be doing. I like it's real fluid, unlike Super Cube.
Have y'all you know what it low-key reminds me of too? Did you ever watch The Great Pretender? It's on Netflix. It's an anime about heists and like stealing shit. I was actually like really fucking good. It got like 3 seasons. That's what it low-key is like reminding me of that for real.
So that's why you don't watch. That's why you don't be watching. That sounds like a
manhwa.
Anime.
That's a manhwa ass title.
No, it's actually an anime original shit.
Hey, can be watching anime originals more than actual.
Bro, I'm telling you, The Great Pretender is actually like you would really fuck with it. It's like think if you know that movie Focus with like Will Smith and Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Where they was like stealing shit.
It's
basically like that.
Okay.
But like for like 3 seasons of anime. It's actually really dope.
Type shit. I'll put at the very bottom of my very long anime list.
I know you ain't getting to it, but
it'll be on the list. It'll be on the list. You might one day see who's been gatekeeping
like I'm just saying they got some good shit in that. I was thoroughly surprised.
Type shit. Oh, somebody that's a point I forgot about Lazarus. So they brought up the dude who they said the person they called blind at the hobo camp. I can't say that. The homeless shelter camp, or whatever, and they saw the blind dude. I kind of had a feeling. I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody else pointed out too. I kind of had a feeling that he's something. I don't know if he's necessarily what's his name, the dude they're looking for?
Skinner.
Yeah, Skinner.
I don't know if he's necessarily Skinner, but it was real like peculiar how that happened. He was talking to him and bro was like, he's blind. Like, nigga, you're blind, not deaf. Like, what you talking? Like, you feel me? Like, so that was really interesting. I'm really liking Lazarus. This is one of the shows I do wish I could binge because like the pacing is like it's fun, but at the same time, I'm really trying to figure out what's what. That baklava they had in the last episode looked good as fuck. I'm getting some baklava today. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, but the episode in episode 2 where they found out and thought they found him, but it's like hella niggas that look like Skinner just all scattered around the world. Like that nigga was really. I was like, oh, did this nigga clone himself? Like,
yeah.
I was like, damn.
No, that was crazy. I forgot about that. Yeah, no.
Type shit.
It's gonna get interesting.
Oh yeah, almost definitely.
I think so. Real quick, y'all want to go over Boruto Chapter 21?
Yeah, we could go over that mid-ass chapter. Sarada's Mangekyō Sharingan.
Peak.
Fairly. You know, we've seen it before.
Inertia.
Looks like every other.
Oh my god. Hey, nah, that shit look crazy. And she activated multiple, bro. Imagine.
I do like how her Tomo is like basically like her Mangekyō Sharingan Toma's.
Yeah.
How you feel about the power clipping in Boruto though?
Oh my god.
Sometimes I feel like there's no fucking rhyme or reason. So like whoever is coming out next has to be ridiculously overpowered for it to feel like a conflict or stakes is happening.
Well, you said you don't feel like there's stakes?
I'm talking about because if she can just bring out black holes and just no diff, what the fuck are they called? A Shinju. And she just learned how to do that shit. She's definitely going to get stronger with it. So that means whoever they gotta have to create a villain that's wickedly overpowered.
I don't think Ryu is as sorry as that the way that was portrayed made it seem.
Or maybe she's just like the perfect counter to Ryu.
I think it was a perfect counter for 1, 2. They didn't know what the fuck that shit was. You know what I mean? I think it's a little bit. The beautiful thing about Boruto or about Naruto, period, is no matter how strong or weak somebody is, the fights always feel as if anybody can win because it's not necessarily about how strong you are most times. Until you start getting to like the levels where like Boruto and Juro are at, you know what I mean? So, but even still, like when they were fighting, what's Sasuke's Shinju clone name? I forgot.
Hidari.
When they were fighting Hidari, they technically couldn't really. I mean, Boruto might have been able to 1v1 him, but like they still had to tag team him. You know what I mean? And shit like that. Sarada had Mangekyō at the time, so I think it's a little bit more than just. She
didn't have it activated though. She wasn't using it.
I mean, I'm saying, but she could have used it. It was only like a couple days before where they're at right now. It's not like she learned that shit overnight. You know what I mean? I think they helped her act. What's her name? Seeing what happened to. Dang, I'm really blanking on names today. Yodo. Seeing what happened to Yodo, I think helped her activate it because they had that little panel where they were basically like, you know, but I think it's a little bit. I don't think the power clipping is an issue right now. Honestly, if anything, I think that it's a little bit closer than it's ever been in a lot of ways. Until like Ishiki or somebody else, like some of the Otsutsuki start coming back. I think it's basically Jura at the very top. I'm gonna put Damon up there just because we still don't know how his abilities work. I think everybody else can be interchangeable between like 2 and 10. You know what I mean? Because before that, I thought Mitsuki would be stronger than Sarada, but now that makes you kind of look and think maybe it might be a little bit more of a challenge, you know. So
wait, nah, but
3 and 10, 3 and 10, 3 and 10. Excuse me. 3. Well, damn. See, even with Kawaki with his limiters off, I think he might be a little bit. So it's really, I don't think the power clipping is that big of an issue right now. I think it might have seemed like that at first because we didn't know what direction they were taking it in, but I think they've kind of leveled it out over the last 20 chapters.
So, how many different arcs you think we're gonna get for Tubu Vortex? Because this is technically still like the first arcs, essentially, isn't it?
I think it kind of is the second now, but
I feel like this is still kind of like all one arc.
They can't get rid of the Shinjus just yet.
Yeah.
They can. So I feel like the Shinjus are going to be relevant for at least like the first like 40 chapters, at least.
I can see at least 4 arcs. You got the Shinju introduction or whatever, the beginning arc, or whatever. The second arc that we're in now, I can see an arc next where they kind of resolve the Shinju.
So you think we're starting the second arc technically?
I think we're in the second arc technically. I mean, you got to think about it too. These chapters are like they're 40-ish, 40, 50 pages. So that's like almost 2 chapters, like 1.75.
But like story, like arc structurally, like it's still following like.
We started with Boruto's reintroduction to the village, where the Shinju became a thing at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's just kind of like the inciting incident, like the rising action, essentially. Like we're still like of this arc is I don't think the arc haven't like really finished yet.
To me, the first arc finished once they moved to the Sand Village. So like after the Himawari thing, after they fought Jura and Hidari or whatever for a second, I think that was the end of the first arc for me at least. But you could be right. It's very like it's a blurred line, I think, but or maybe I guess the end of the first stage of the first arc. I don't know, but I feel like there's a slight separation between those. Because also you got to think about in between, we had Boruto go back to the village. We had all the stuff with Shikamaru kind of figuring out what's going on. Him linking up with Shikamaru, him linking up with Mitsuki. Like, that feels like one long ass run on arc if we counted that as one arc, or from then to now.
Because the only reason I'm saying that is because like there hasn't been like a clear like designation. Like, okay, bet we got a clear conclusion and like climax point. And then there's like a little like fall off of like because right now the rising action is still rising.
No, there was the fall off though between when they were traveling to the Sand Village. People were calling those chapters boring because they were kind of building up the fight that we're seeing now. You know, I think the climax was when they finally fought Jura after Jura had been chilling in their village for a minute. We saw Jura in the library and shit. We were like, what's going on? They fought Jura, they fought Hidari. Jura basically almost killed Himawari. You know what I mean? Like I think that was like the climax for that arc, to me at least.
Okay.
But I can see what you're saying too, so I could totally be off. It's weird with these monthly releases. Like it's kind of hard to tell what's what. And also after reading SoloLeveling, where there are like distinct, you can tell when an arc is over. You know what I mean? Like, so I get that. It's a little bit of weird space, but shit, maybe it's just one long ass arc. Two Blue Vortexes might be like the 1,000-Year Blood War.
I just want to quickly bring up that Boruto completely fucked everybody over by intervening in the situation. Because now Jura about to come in and clap absolutely everybody there. Sarada unconscious. She not doing shit. Bro, I wonder how strong Jura actually is. Like, Jura really got to be a dog. Kashin Koji is like, bro.
Kashin Koji is on his knees slopping this man down. He's like, I have never seen a scenario where you win. Ever. Like, bro, what? There's no way. I've seen it a million times. You lose every single time.
Bro, Doctor Strange his ass, bro. Like,
nah, literally.
Like, he's his biggest hater at the moment.
But he said he got 0 out of like the 2 million.
Yeah, he's like, the 2 million scenarios I witnessed, you did not win a single one. Like that shit, he got like PTSD for real. I'm excited Boruto's back. I feel like Boruto hype is back. I hope TikTok will stop bullshitting on the Boruto algorithm, because all the videos I saw had really good engagement. Not even just mine and yours, when they had really good engagement. They had really good, like, you know, good conversations under them. It just felt like it just wasn't getting pushed. I don't know. Hopefully TikTok stop bullshitting on the Boruto algorithm. You know what I mean? So we can really. But part of that's on us too. So
nah, they need to stop bullshitting with the Kagurabachi algorithm.
Oh my god, yeah, that is facts too. Kagurabachi be getting dirty.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ordeal got more motion on TikTok than Kagurabachi do, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Insanity.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, we can open up the floor to the comment section. Appreciate y'all for watching so far. This is the segment of the show where we take y'all questions. So I'm gonna scroll back and try to see if I can find anything we missed, but start firing questions away. Topics. There was a good topic. Somebody, I think it was Rio, said earlier. Oh, they said is TBATE the Sakamoto of last season?
Nah.
And I can't even say nah. I think TBATE is probably like the Tower of God of last summer, but even worse than that. I'm sorry. I can't even. As much as I wish I
Tower
could.
God was drowned, and TBATE is in Tartarus.
TBATE is like even worse than Blue Lock season 2.
And that's
what I would say, honestly, because TBATE had like kind of similar hype from the manhwa community going into this first season, and then the animation just absolutely shit the bed, like similar to like Blue Lock, like literally exactly the same, as it was like PowerPoint presentation, like frame
Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, Sakamoto Days wasn't as bad as people were making out to seem. It just didn't live up to the hype of the manga, which is the issue.
Yeah.
But you can't look at it and say like it wasn't decent. Like with TBATE, there's nothing redeeming about it.
Sakamoto's like animation quality is like a solid 7. Like it's a little bit above. It's like average.
Yeah,
it's a little bit
it's
above
like
average.
good. It's like good, not anything amazing, but
yeah. But you still get good cuts.
Respectable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's respectable.
Yeah,
you can't respect. TBATE is like who, what, when, where, why, how.
Yeah.
How did this get out? How did this get out? Who made this?
Yeah.
Where did they think this was a good idea? You feel me? Like
it's like what we said before. Somebody like took a shit, put that shit on CD, and handed that shit out.
And literally, and put some little green glowy effects on Arthur and called it type shit. Somebody said, which anime season is the best to you? But I guess we've only had 2 so far to judge. We got winter and spring, and it's weird. It's weird because so far it feels like winter had quality, but not quantity. And right now spring has quantity because it's hella anime out there, pretty good. But like this winter had SoloLeveling, which was amazing. It had ReZero, which was amazing. Everybody was saying good things about what was that one anime y'all were talking about that I haven't seen? Was it Apothecary Diaries?
Yeah,
maybe it was Apothecary Diaries. Yeah. My Happy Marriage was fire. Nobody was talking about that, you know. But this season just has like 30 different anime dropping that are all pretty good. And 2B Hero X is a standout. Lazarus is a standout. Everything else is kind of fighting for that next spot.
I feel like also just like SoloLeveling just took over.
Yeah. SoloLeveling carried.
It's kind of hard to like keep that moment because that was just like a generational hype train and like execution.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't like a single miss like throughout, and it momentum just kept on like exponentially like compounding with each episode. So it was just it's hard for something else to really like keep up with that, especially some of the stuff is
when everything else is like a sleeper too. Like nothing was really like highly anticipated besides Sakamoto Days.
Yeah,
that's facts.
Shangri-La needs some love.
It really does, bro.
Shangri-La mids.
Shangri-La was
I ain't gonna lie, like Shangri-La Frontier, like because I've been like catching up on season 2.
Mm.
I wish
I love Shangri-La's Frontier too. I do understand why people don't latch on to it though. There are like absolutely no stakes. And the part it's but it's really fun.
It feels like a worse SoloLeveling. It feels like a worse SoloLeveling.
So like a better Supercube?
It feels honestly like very similar, but like with worse animation.
Worse animation?
With worse animation.
I don't even know if you could really.
The animation is
Shangri-La's is good. But
Shangri-La's more consistent.
It's more consistent. I'll say that. It's more consistent. It won't give us the same peaks though.
Yes,
beautiful art style.
Nope.
As what? Supercube, or are you saying his solo?
As Supercube.
Oh, that peak. I don't know. Look,
no. It's just because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Shangri-La Frontier got some fights right now. I'm like,
it does. I ain't gonna lie, Marcus.
I've seen clips on Twitter, but not Supercube.
Supercube did some shit that was like, I ain't gonna lie. This is just me calling it super mid. You know what I mean? Like peak mid. I can't lie. When they cook, they cook. But there's just something about Supercube that just doesn't feel like right. Like even like while I was watching that dub, I was like, is there anybody working in this? Like, I feel like their production team is like 3 niggas. Like you feel me? One does the animation, one does sound, and one does art direction. Like,
bro, you know what really got Shangri-La on my bad side though?
Huh?
What really got Shangri-La on my bad side was that I saw like a whole TikTok and they were talking about how Shangri-La was better than SoloLeveling. And then the comments were saying that Shangri-La was way better than Solo Leveling.
There's a huge amount of people that actually feel that way. I can't say I agree, but I think I think Shangri-La is good enough to talk about it. At least I think Shangri-La is good enough to talk about it.
Especially with season 2 right now, it's like a solid like 8.5, 8.6.
It's just longer than Solo Leveling, so like it's 22 episodes each. So if Solo Leveling was stretched out a little bit, or episodes. 25 episodes each season. So if Solo Leveling was stretched out as much as Shangri-La Frontier was, I think maybe it would be a little bit more or if Shangri-La was condensed the same way that Solo Leveling is, it would just be a little bit more hit after hit after hit instead of. There are a few lull periods in Shangri-La when they're kind of just like adventuring, or he's kind of like, going through new trials or whatever and stuff like that.
But it's also like a grindy
I just don't even like the characters though either. Like none of the characters like I really find myself getting super invested in.
I like Shinraku. That's the main character. I do like the girl that's built like the second Elric brother.
The one that has a crush on
Alfred. Yeah. The fact that's kind of funny to me. The fact that it's this big ass knight with a crush on Shinraku. I understand both sides. So that's one of them things I can't be mad at. I don't know if necessarily I don't enjoy it more than Solo Leveling, so I can't say it's better than Solo Leveling, but I do. The conversation I'm not mad at. Wait, Ken, you think it's better than Solo Leveling?
No.
This one of them takes that as Ken in a weird place because he doesn't like agreeing with what everyone else says. You feel me? He's
no, I don't think it's
a contrarian, but also Solo Leveling is the one everybody's agreeing with. So he's
I don't think it's better.
Okay,
but I do like it, and I do think it should have been like in some type of like consideration. Because like niggas just weren't really talking about it, me included, because I was waiting to binge it.
Yeah. Someone in the comments said, Jay, you stopped watching your Forma. The anime is hella interesting. I got to episode 2. I just went out of town. I've been kind of busy, so it's not because I don't want to watch it. I'm definitely gonna try to catch up when I'm traveling this week. But I really like the premise of it. It kind of reminds me of Death Note as far as that too. But it just reminds me of any cerebral like anime you ever seen, and I can appreciate that if it can keep my attention. So I'm about to log back in. Y'all see some videos on it pretty soon.
What's y'all anime of the year? Are we talking about this year or last year?
Yeah, let us know, Isabella. And Flea, they did not announce who won anime of the year yet. That's in 2 weeks, I think, or next month or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think Solo Leveling season 1 should win it. But
who do you think, Freerin?
Yeah, I think Freerin should win it.
Kaiju number 8.
3 mids.
Kaiju number 8? That's crazy.
Kaiju number 8.
It was good.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Smartest Kaiju number 8 fan here.
Nah, I still think Solo Leveling should win it.
I think Solo Leveling should win it too. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I voted for Jujutsu Kaisen over Vinland Saga last season. I'm standing by my shit, and I'm voting Solo Leveling over Freerin.
She said like this year. All right, so what is their anime of the year so far for y'all this year?
Oh, Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling. I don't even got to think twice about that.
Yeah.
Do I think 2B Hero X could compete?
Because how many episodes are we getting? How many episodes are we getting for 2B Hero X?
24, I think. But it's like
24.
Yeah, it's split in cores though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, that might even that. It's nice to see there's gonna be some competition. Last year, I felt like they kind of had Freerin was good competition, but everything else kind of felt a little fabricated after they took out JJK. Hoe ass niggas. I can't believe they did that to my beautiful ass. Man. Yeah, I'm probably Solo Leveling right now for my anime of the year. Kaiju number 8 deserves to win more than Solo Leveling season 1. Hey, listen, I want to cope with you, my brother. I love Kaiju number 8, and hopefully they win something. That was probably my favorite non-Solo Leveling anime of the year last year. But Solo Leveling is what the culture was feeling, in the words of Kendrick. That shit like took the world by storm last year. It was in a way that made people forget about JJK. People forgot how big of a year JJK had literally months before it because of how good Solo Leveling was. So I got to give it its props for that. If Kaiju number 8 came behind JJK, it wouldn't have hit like that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Respectfully. JJK needs to come back. Nah, facts.
What's your thought on Dan Da Dan? I think it's mid and all over the place.
That's what they said, or that's what you said?
No, that's what they said.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I did hear season 2 is supposed to be better than season 1.
It's coming out here pretty soon, so we'll see. I really enjoyed Dan Da Dan. I really like the art. The animation was pretty cool.
The art direction was tough. I like the art
direction was tough. Yeah.
I don't even think the story is really all over the place. Like,
I don't think it is either.
No.
I think it's just really abstract. So I think people feel like it's all over the place, but it's just a little bit outside of the normal mold.
It's a little bit episodic, if that makes sense. It doesn't it doesn't feel like it flows like a specific story.
Every episode he's trying to find his balls. What are you talking about?
No, but I'm just saying, but like in like the episodic like type of way, like it just seems like these are just one-off like things, like, you know.
You're saying it's all random?
No, I'm not saying it's random. I'm just saying like it's loosely tied, but they feel, when you're watching it, it feels like its own like mini story.
You just compare it to SpongeBob. That shit is random. There is no plot to SpongeBob.
Or you could say, what's another? You could say like Kids Next Door, or like Billy and Mandy, or something like that. Like some of those things that are like episodic, but they have like a loose plot line that they like touch back on randomly. That's like that's kind of like how it feels in a way. But I think it's executed well.
Okay, all right. I think I'm trying to think. Let's see. I think it's just they just throw a lot of random feeling shit. It's probably just gonna tie in season 2.
They're just introducing the characters and giving the characters their powers right now. Like that's really that's basically the plot right now of it. They're giving all like the yokais, the yokai abilities. Each and every one is getting their own yokai. Like that's literally
introducing new people.
Yeah,
playing with the balance between aliens and the mysticism.
Yeah,
you know, like it's no.
Dan Da Dan dub was overrated. It's crazy, by the way. That is actually
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Actually, and that was probably the best dub last season.
I love the dub of it.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about Scissor 7? Never watched it. Y'all did, didn't you?
It's pretty good. It's a fun show to watch, like at nighttime. You know, you don't got anything to do. You just relax.
Okay, type shit. So it's just fun to have on mute.
Nah. That's too much.
Okay.
They're like 12 minutes too. Like that's the cool thing about it too.
Oh, it did the fog hill, the 5 elements type shit.
Yeah. It is a Chinese thing. I'm pretty sure Scissor 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Few more questions and we can wrap this boy up. We about to hit 140 today. Scissor 7 so fire. Imagine if Dan Da Dan is P. Diddy's favorite anime. You funny.
What's y'all thoughts on the whole Gojo versus Sukuna Q&A with Gege?
Oh my god.
We were touching up on this like earlier. We were basically saying like it was a whole bunch of shit we already know. Just like confirmed.
The only people that didn't know this were the TikTok readers. The one raising his hand right now. You see him? Look, he got his hand here at the perfect time. All that shit was obvious, dog. The only thing that maybe he cleared up that I guess I'd be okay with is it was cool information was saying that Kashimo in a lot of ways was the third strongest inverse at the time of the Shinjuku Showdown.
I don't even know if like I don't really think he confirmed it as like the third.
I don't necessarily think he did either, but the fact that he gave Kashimo props, you know what I mean? That was cool because that was a big point. You could tell Gege really he was paying attention, like had a finger on the pulse, which is probably why he had so many mental health issues last year. If I was reading the comments while JJK was coming out as the writer and all the shit they were saying, dog, I might have pulled a nice. I'd have hit him with you feel me? But, yeah. NYC Anime Nerd, what's up, gang? All right, we tapping out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Worst Take Podcast, episode 46, right? 47, 46, 47, 46. Yep.
47.
Again, I'm Jay Riddle, Marcus Yells Anime, Ken Kaizen. You can follow us all at our handles. You could tap the little box in the right corner, hit follow if you wanted to. Make sure above all else, if you do anything before you get off this, is follow the pod page. Also, we upload the full pod on YouTube at the very end, usually on Mondays. So just keep up with us. we actually have a lot of exciting things going on. We're going to be doing a poll for some of our favorite content creators, so everybody can we can do kind of like the Crunchyroll Awards for the content creator, just kind of, give everybody some flowers and stuff like that. We're going to be doing that on the pod page. Stay tuned for that. Also, if you ever have a topic you want us to cover on the pod page, just DM it. And we'll add that to the list. We're going to start making a segment for that as well. So
yeah.
Appreciate you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you as well. Make sure you drop some topics in the comments. Drop how you feel. Let us know some. We'll engage back with you. We'll be back same time, same place in 2 weeks because I'll be out of town next week. So next week we'll be off. But we'll have something for you guys still. So keep an eye on the page. Peace.
Peace.